Okay, so here's the thing. It's kind of hard to talk about yoga in the United States or in the West in general. And that's because I mean something different when I say yoga than what you probably think in your head. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's something they're not going to tell you in any yoga class you've ever been to. The secret is this: there's no yoga going on in any of those classes. When you sign up for a yoga class at Planet Fitness, there's no yoga to be had there. It doesn't matter what they market it as. Yoga is not another word for fancy gymnastics. The word yoga means union. And what this is talking about, this refers to, is the union of your individual consciousness, or Atman, with the universal consciousness, or Brahman. Unless you're doing that, then it's not yoga. I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you that, but it's not yoga. And you're not a yogi, no matter how much Lululemon that you buy, unless you are uniting your Atman with Brahman. It's not yoga, period. And if you think anything differently than that, it's because you've been lied to. Tricked by big yoga. It might have been, an accidental lie or an unintentional lie, but it's still a lie. See, not only is it that the students at yoga classes don't really know what yoga is, but the teachers at yoga classes don't know what yoga is, by and large. They've never experienced it. They've never had a first-hand account of yoga. So it's kind of like the blind leading the blind. And if you, as a student, were to go up to one of these teachers and you ask them, hey, how do I unite my Atman with Brahman? They're going to look at you like a caveman that you just handed an iPhone. They're going to have no idea what you're talking about. OG yogis back in the day, they would renounce everything about their lives. They would give up their families. They would give up all of their worldly possessions and wealth. They'd give up material comfort, food, cleanliness. They would wear primitive clothing like robes, loincloths. They would give up romantic and sexual relationships. They did all of that in pursuit of spiritual awakening. They did all of that in pursuit of self-realization, in pursuit of yoga. That's how important and profound and transformative of an experience that being in a state of yoga is. It's not something that you can buy with a $15 drop-in fee. Now, these were illiterate people thousands of years ago, and they passed this knowledge on from teacher to spiritual seeker by word of mouth. And the first guy to ever write this stuff down was named Patanjali. And nowhere in his writings does he talk about yoga poses. That's because yoga poses are fake yoga. And I'll talk about that more in a future video. But for now, so what the heck is yoga then, if it's not yoga poses? What the heck does it mean to unite your Atman with Brahman? You see, you are like a droplet of water existing in the ocean. You live your day-to-day life in this little container as an individual drop of water, separate from all the water that you're existing in, or separate from everything else. And that little droplet, that is your Atman. The ocean is like Brahman. To achieve yoga, or union, is to realize, to feel with your entire being that you are part of everything else, not separate, no separation. And that, that is a profound and undeniable experience. You would know whether or not you experienced something like that, or whether you experienced that. There's no questioning, did I feel that or did I not feel that? It's such a transformative and powerful experience that is just absolutely undeniable. It's like losing your virginity or giving birth or something. It's one of the most profound experiences that a human being can have, You know it when it happens. And that's what the practice of yoga is all about. Trying to bring about this spiritual awakening, this spiritual awakening experience. This is what, spiritual aspirants were seeking when they dropped out of life. When they renounced everything. That's what it was to be a renunciate. It's the kind of experience that Buddha was after when he sat below the Bodhi tree. Anything other than that, it's just cosplay. It's playing pretend. It's a rebrand of ancient spirituality to sell you spandex and rubber mats. So I know that this will be a bit of a hot take, and there is a lot of nuance in all of this, but by and large, that's the message. So this channel is going to focus on real yoga, authentic yoga, which in my experience has nothing to do with yoga poses. So that's what we're going to focus on. How do we get there? How do we do practices in order to bring about a state of union with Source, whatever that is? You know, what is some of the Eastern vocabulary and schools of thought surrounding all of this? And what does it mean in modern, plain American English? And how can you connect with spirituality, even if you're not a spiritual person, or you've never dabbled in any of this before? Those are some of the things that we're going to talk about. So stick around if you're interested. Thanks for watching.